Yeah, I hope you all have gone through with the block 4, what all the units will be there and how. So we are going to discuss with block 4 today. We have done with block 1, block 2, block 3. If anybody has joined a new for this class, you need to go through with the block 1, block 2, block 3. Okay? And I'm presenting my screen. Able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen? Am
Yes,
I
ma'am.
audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So in block 4, we are going to discuss about all these important topics. Block 4 is consisting of effective utilization of food resources. Under this, we have unit 11 to 16. So we are going to discuss about food budgeting, food selection 1, food selection 2, food storage, food preservation, and maximization of nutritional benefits. And lastly, we are going to discuss about food safety. So in block 1, block 2, block 3, we have discussed about the foods and nutrients and how important is for each life stage of an individual. So throughout the life cycle, at every stage, how nutrients will be modified and incorporated, and how to focus on implementing the nutrients and appealing that one and colorful. All these aspects we have discussed under block 3, block 2, block 1. So after discussing all these things, we need to highlight it that food budgeting. What is food budgeting? Can anybody talk about food budgeting? What is it about? What is mean by budget?
The expenses that we do, like in a monthly basis, we plan for the food and groceries.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So here, whatever we are going to buy food. So some foods are there, like we are going to storage for 1 month or 2 months. Can you give any examples for those kind of food sources where we are going to keep it for longer shelf life?
Rice, wheat, like that.
Yes, rice and pulses, and then for short term, for weekly basis, we will be buying some groceries. What kind of groceries we will buy? See, I need responses from you so that I can understand that you people are able to follow me. If you don't discuss, it is going to be one way. That's it. Please talk to me.
On weekly basis, we can buy vegetables, fruits
Yeah, vegetables, fruits, and everything. And daily basis, what kind of foods we are going to buy?
like milk. We can buy
Dairy
Exactly.
milk.
products.
Yeah,
Curd,
very good. Yes. Daily
Ma'am, the
basis, we
products
will.
which are
Yes.
perishable we should buy on a daily basis. The food items such as milk products which are perishable, they have the less shelf life. We should buy them on the daily basis. Whereas the pulses, cereals, first of all, the vegetables and the fruits, they can be for like we can stock them for a week or something like that. And those who have better shelf life, like cereal, pulses, we can stock them even for 15 days to 1 month to 2 months. So depending upon the shelf life, we should buy depending upon that. I mean, this is what I have perceived.
Very good, excellent. But the thing is, like,
Thank
we
you,
are
ma'am.
going to see that how we need to buy, as you have mentioned about the perishable foods. Yes, of course, depending on the perishable, non-perishable, and semi-perishable, it has been categorized. How?
Yeah.
food will get spoiled. Depending on that one, the
So,
food
ma'am, because
has been pardon
that
me.
increases the cost. That increases the cost as well. So we have to give one thought to that thing also before buying.
Yes, yes. So depending on the daily foods which we are going to buy, how much it is going to cost, and weekly basis, and then monthly basis, and annual basis also. So depending all these things, we are going to budget the food, and then how we are going to get that groceries to our home. So here, this is the introduction part. We have all the list of items which we need to buy it for our home as a complete family. We have different age groups, different quantity, and different likes and dislikes, economy, and then annual income, or and gender, uh, women, men, all this will be considered, and then we are going to follow the budget. So how much we are going to keep, we are going to see in this class. So coming to the food budgeting, we have these categories: introduction, budgeting, factors influencing food budgeting, economy in food budgeting, that is factors and principles, preparation of food budgets. So every month, depending on the income of the family sources, we are going to distribute it. So first, these are the objectives which we need to keep it in our mind. So we need to know the terms like income, expenditure, and budget, and plan for our food requirements for a week, and plan for a family's food requirements for a month, and calculate how much money which we are going to spend, and for week food, and 1 month food. So depending on the weekly basis and monthly basis, we are going to categorize, and we are going to spend how much we are going to do it, and prepare the daily, weekly, monthly market list for our family food requirements, and prepare short and long term food budgets for our family purpose. So what is mean by budgeting is nothing but a budget is a written down plan of how the money available to you is going to be used to meet the needs of the family. So, a plan which, for example, will tell you how best you can spend your income of, let us say that 1500 per month to meet your monthly needs. So, the process of preparing a budget is called budgeting. So, here these are the steps which will consider how to make a budget. So, make a list of the items on which you need to spend money. Arrange all these items in order of preferences. Sometimes, general example we will take it because it will be very useful and you can understand very quickly. So monthly we will be buying groceries and everything. Usually, ladies will be doing this one. So they will plan ahead what all the foods are there at home and how much it is going to be required. For example, like if we list out the cereals, pulses, sugars, and then jaggery, whatnot, all the things are there. So I have today like uh, rice bag, half rice bag I have in this month. By the end of this month, I have half rice bag. So next month, how I'm going to plan, I may not buy complete one bag of rice. Instead of that, how much it is required for me, depending on the family members and usage of rice and everything, that much quantity only I'm going to buy for the next month. And another example is like if 4 kgs of packet will be used in a month for me in my family. So if I have not used all, I have used only 2 kgs of sugar in this month, and remaining 2 kgs has been there for me. So next month I may not buy for 4 kgs of sugar, so I'll be cut downing this one and I will buy 2 more kgs sugar in the next month. So this is how we need to segregate it and plan. So how much you have money and how much you are going to spend it, and arrange all these items in order of preferences. If it is required and if it is necessary for the family, then only you need to buy. Sometimes if we go for malls or supermarkets and everything, if it is required or not, if it is necessary or not unnecessary also, if it is very attractive, we feel like to keep it in our trolley. We will dump everything. So once we realize that it is not necessary for our family, we shouldn't touch that one. So we need to prepare a list for that. So the essential ones like food, clothing, shelter, health, education get top priority, and estimate the probable expenditure on each of these items. Estimate the total money that will be available. Make an estimate of the maximum essential expenditure that you can incur on each of these items of the expenditure with assured income. Now balance the budget to bring your expenditure into line with the income. So not only all this, we need to segregate our complete budget on different aspects, or on food, clothing, shelter, health, and education. All this will be there for everybody's family, in everybody's family. So here we need to see that for food, especially for food, how much we are going to spend. We need to focus on that aspect. So coming to the factors influencing food budgeting, here we need to see the income of the family, size of the family, and important point is current food prices. Current food prices and nearness of the family to the source of food supply, and opportunity of home production and processing of foods, and relative interest of the family in food and in other commodities. Income of the family is the size. If it is like middle income, high income, and low income, depending on this, how much expenditure or how much money we are going to keep it aside for only for food purpose. All this will be considered under this. So this is the influence of income on food selection. The tabular column has been given for low income, moderate income, high income. All these different levels of income will be focusing on all these food items. I repeat myself, different types of income will focus on all these food items like cereals, pulses, green leafy vegetables, other vegetables, roots and tubers, milk and milk products, oils and fats, sugar and jaggery, and other additional like fruits and everything also will be included. So, in what way it is and how much they are going to purchase, it depends on the family size again. So, how frequently the culture and religion, all these things will be taken into consideration, and they are going to select the food. As you please go through with all this description, whatever I am telling you all, the description is there, you can go through. And here coming to the opportunity for home production and processing of foods. So here, not only buying outside and getting all those things, at home itself only, how frequently we can do it at home, and how best we can give it to our family members. So if it is necessary only, you are going to do it. If it is not, then you are not going to do it just for namesake. And how frequently relatives are coming to our home, and how frequently we are doing parties, or we are spending, are we going to attend for the occasions, and are we going to organize any occasions, and how much we need to spend on the all these things, we also keep it in the mind. So these are all very important in this aspect. Coming to the economy in food budgeting, factors and principles. So one should know the knowledge of nutrition. So already we have discussed in the block 1, block 2, block 3. So how after getting the knowledge on nutrition, practically you are going to implement it. So to collect the correct foods and preparing in a proper manner, cooking methods and everything, you will be applying it, and you will be giving it to your family, so that all nutrients will be retaining and losses will be minimizing. When you are doing the preparation, losses will be minimizing. And the next thing is intelligent buying. So, under this category, I would like to give you an option that each one of you read the main thing and give me 1 to 2 points. That's it. Don't discuss more and more. You will be reading it anyhow. Just discuss 1 to 2 points. For example, like under intelligent buying, we have different aspects, prices and quality available in different markets. So just highlight only 2 points, 1 point. Can you do it? Are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell your name and just read out the main heading, side heading, and give me 1 or 2 points. That's it. Make it fast.
Lipika Sikri this side. Intelligent buying, ma'am. For example, if you're getting one product, like for example oil of 5 kg in a scheme, so rather than buying little quantities as we use it on a regular basis, this is one main product which has to be used like every day. If we are getting in a scheme, so that is the intelligent buying. Like we are investing on this for one time, and we are getting heavy discounts on that.
Okay. Can any other tell me that under prices and quality available in different markets?
Ma'am, like for rice, so there will be different prices and different varieties in different markets, so that we have to assess it before buying.
Okay. So here you need to intelligent buying is nothing but under prices and quality. For example, we have different supermarkets, but which one is near to me? How many quality, how many varieties they are going to produce in each market? We are going to gather the information, and which is very near, and prices and quality also will be considering, and all this will be considered, and then we would like to go like, is it weekly basis or monthly basis, in or for annual basis. So depending on this one, we are going to see in different markets. So we need to do some kind of little bit research, initial one, and then we need to put our efforts in the initially. Once we know that this supermarket is giving superior quality with low prices, and this will be helpful for the family within the budget, yes, we are going to buy that one. Next one is bulk buying is cheaper. Everybody follows this one, right? So low income group will be seeing that bulk buying is cheaper. So we need to be very wise, very wise. Yes, bulk buying is cheaper, but is it useful in our family or not? Frequently, we are going to focus on that one. Are we going to utilize it daily basis or not? Keeping buying and keeping and storage for longer time will not be useful, and it is not called as intelligent buying. So one has to know that which food has to be bought for a bulk model. So you need to keep it, and for shelf life also you need to be considered. So all these middle income groups, high income groups, and then low income groups will decide on this, on these aspects, and they need to buy. And seasonal buying is cheaper. Sometimes, for example, like next month we are going to focus for this mangoes. Nowadays, all fruits are coming in every season almost. Before they used to give only during those seasons. We used to see in those seasons, but now we are able to see in all the seasons. But seasonal buying is cheaper. This is also you need to be considered, and how well you are going to use. For example, if you are going to buy tomatoes, of and bulk model, you have bought it, but the same tomatoes you cannot preserve for longer time. So instead of keeping that and seeing for the spoilage, instead of that you can go for the tomato puree and preserve that one and use it for the preparation purpose, or tomato sauce, or in any other where you can increase the shelf life of tomatoes, and frequently you can use it in the preparations. That is smartness. So this is how you need to think, and buying with a definite purpose in mind. As we have discussed, it should be utilized in our family, and within that duration of that, that is like if you are going, if you have to use it within the 1 week, you have to buy that one, otherwise don't buy it. And awareness of weights and volumes. If we do not know that weights and volumes, then there is no point of we are buying and with an intelligence. So one has to know that if we want 1 kg or 2 kg, 500 grams or 100 grams, 25 grams, how much it is required. For example, like jeera, mustard seeds, we will not buy in kgs. We will buy in for small quantity when we compare with oil or cereals and pulses. Do you all agree or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is awareness of weights and volumes is very much required. And knowledge of grades, brands, and labels. As we are highlighting about the weights and volumes, one has to know the grades: A grade, B grade, and good quality, poor quality. And labeling is important. Why we are mentioning about the labeling is, one has to know about the manufacturing date and expiry date, batch, and volume, how much it is, and how much it is considered, and which brand gives the good quality, one has to know. Then eggs also, depending on the grades only, A, B, C, D, it will be released into the market. If without knowing all these things, if we buy by closing our eyes, we may get poor quality, and we are going to give it to our family members, which is not advisable. And next one is preparing market list. So as we know that in the above heading, I have told you like food items. So you are going to see here also cereals, pulses, sugar, salt, spices, butter, ghee. All these are food items only. So we need to categorize, we need to prepare a complete list which is required and how much it is required, from which supermarket, which grade, and how much quantity, quality, everything. You should have a clear picture. Then it will become very easy for us to go and grab the things and utilize it in a wise manner. And home production and processing, as we have discussed earlier, you just go through with this one. And coming to this preparation of food budgets, so as I have mentioned about the short term and long term. Short term is nothing but daily basis, weekly basis. And long term monthly basis and annual basis. So depending on the family size and everything, you are going to focus on these aspects. And here it is the one which daily food requirements of a family. So if family is consisting of father, mother, son, daughter, so per day how much it is required? Per day gram. Cereals for father it is 375, mother 270, son 300, daughter 120. So altogether it is becoming 1665. So it is daily, weekly, monthly, and annual. So requirements for daily purchase: milk this much, green leafy vegetables this much, and other vegetables depending on the season, that is climate and weather and everything. So in summer season, how wisely what kind of foods you need to uh, purchase, and you need to see the storage capacity in your refrigerator. If storage capacity is not there, you are not going to buy food and waste that one, just like that. And foods requirements for weekly purchase, so monthly purchase and annual purchase. So depending on the family size I have mentioned, you need to focus. So here, compare the estimated cost of the planned food expenditure with the funds available for food in the monthly budget. So cut out some of the accessory food items like jams, jellies, papads, and pickles, and use cheaper varieties of pulses and use cheaper oils. Select cheaper vegetables, and then you can reduce expenditure on wheat and rice by buying less costly varieties. Pay very careful attention to meal planning with special emphasis on nutritional adequacy. All these things we have seen in the block 1, 2, and 3. So here I'm not stressing on these aspects. You can go through one dish meals in which you combine cereals, pulses, vegetables is nutritionally ideal. So here you can think about that besi belly bath, vegetable pulao, khichdi, all mixed kind of thing with the fruits and vegetables. You are going to incorporate it, and you are going to give in the form of in during lunch boxes, and all these things will be carried. And make sure that food is not wasted. That is a very important point. Everybody has to keep it in their minds. Save fuel in reheating a meal by using the thermocol containers for keeping the serving dishes. Steaming all items in a large vessel with a small amount of water in it. And coming to the preparing long term annual budgets, food budgets, the estimated monthly expenditure on food for the 12 months, and annual expenditure related with food for like making tomato sauce, pickles, papads, jams, jellies, and squashes in different seasons, festivals and other occasions like birthdays and anniversaries during the year which the family celebrates, and the expenditure on food incurred because of them, unexpected situations and guests which increase the expenditure on food. So in all these aspects we need to have a plan before in hand to avoid the unnecessary circumstances with everybody. So here you can see that food budget for the year. So all the food items they have listed out here, and they have given the months, and here they have given quantity. Q stands for quantity, A stands for amount of money which they are going to use on each food item. So go through with this one also. And food selection. Uh, I hope you can all recollect the functions of food: energy yielding, and then physiological functions, and
Body building,
regulation of the.
protective function, and
Yes,
blood
exactly.
reflex.
Yes, all those functions of food we can correlate here, as we are going to select the foods from each category of the food. So here, energy giving foods, selection of cereals, roots and tubers, fats and oils, sugar, jaggery and other sweetenings. And bodybuilding, pulses, milk and milk products, flesh foods, all the flesh foods will be categorized here, selection of nuts. So you need to be very wise how to incorporate and what kind of method you are going to use, and how quickly you are going to prepare that one, and you are serving it to your family members. That is a major one. So here, major objective of this one is identify the different types of energy giving bodybuilding foods which are available in the market, list the different food items that are available in each category of the food, select foods to meet your requirements, both in terms of food quality as well as cost. We are focusing about the budgeting, so we should focus on cost also. List the criteria for selection of these foods. So selection of cereals, how you have to do it and everything. So wheat they have given, rice, see they have given here brown rice, polished white rice, hand pounded rice, parboiled rice. So how much percentage? So why they have focused on this percentage means how much content of vitamins and minerals can be seen in those food, all rice items they have given, all different varieties of rice, how much quantity of vitamins and minerals will be present in that one. So it will become very easy for us to incorporate those foods, and we are going to focus on all the nutrients. So here about the millets and the selection of roots and tubers, the same thing. And the points to be remembered, you need to highlight here. Select roots and tubers which are firm, heavy, free from sprouts, with shallow eyes, without green discolorization. And while buying potatoes, ensure that they are of one variety, well shaped, smooth, and roughly of one size. Reject potatoes with deep eyes, green skin, with cuts. Select according to your need. Buy old potatoes if you want to make cutlets or any other mashed potato preparation. Avoid new potatoes as they become sticky and lumpy, because starch will be more in the new potatoes. So this is how you need to be wise while you are selecting the food when you are buying from the market also, and how what kind of preparation also you are going to do it at home, you need to think prior only. And selection of fats and oils, ensure that the fats and oils you buy are clean and free from any solid particles, dirt, dust and bad odor. Use more of vegetable oils as compared to ghee, since they are rich in PUFA, that is polyunsaturated fatty acids. Buy, uh, do not buy oils or fats loose from market, as they might be adulterated. I hope you all know about the adulterated. We are going to see coming slides or coming information. I am going to tell you. And ensure that fats or oils you buy have a natural color and flavor. And this is about the sugar, jaggery, and this one. What kind of points you need to highlight over here are, while you are selecting according to the need, buy crystal sugar or sugar cubes for tea, coffee, etc. Icing sugar for cakes, biscuits, and other baked products, liquid sugar for soft drinks. Prefer jaggery to sugar as it is more nutritious and cheaper. Can anybody tell why? Why we have to focus on jaggery, not to sugar?
Ma'am, because it is
Nutrition point.
first of all, it is cheaper as compared to sugar because there is no processing, and secondly, it has high nutritional value because it doesn't contain any chemicals, and it is the pure form of sugar carbs. So, and it has more content of iron.
It is
It has more
more
content
content
of
of iron.
iron.
Yes, very good, very good. And the
Thank you.
next point we need to focus, ensure that sugar you buy is free from lumps, dirt, and adulterants like suji, etc. Honey should have the natural color, texture, and flavor. And a selection of bodybuilding foods. So here selection of pulses, milk and milk products, flesh foods, as we have mentioned, I have mentioned earlier. So here dals, different types of dals, grams, dried seed of leguminous plants. So you need to categorize under which one you want to keep it, or which type of dal or grams or dried seeds of leguminous plants which will be utilized in the family, how frequently you are going to utilize in your preparation. You need to focus and buy and focus how much you want it, the quantity and quality you are going to do it. So you need to remember the points while purchasing the pulses. Make sure that they are clean and free from gravel, twigs, trash, dirt, mud, stones, and sand. Check carefully and ensure that pulses are not infested with insects. And ensure that the pulses you are going to buy are dry, otherwise, fungus or molds may grow on it. Inspect the grains for uniform size, soundness of grain, absence of broken pieces, or any other foreign seeds. Coming to the selection of milk and milk products. So these are the points. Prefer pasteurized milk to other milk as it is safe and does not spoil fast. While buying cream, make sure it is fresh and free from sour taste and smell. Ensure that ghee should have its natural delicate flavor. Make sure that butter is wrapped in a hygienic package and it is firm and has a flesh flavor. Select curd which is fresh with delicate sour flavor. Make sure it is not very sour and pungent. Preferably set curds at home as it is hygienic and much cheaper than the curd bought from the market. While buying paneer, make sure it is moist and free from fungus or any unnatural smell. Ensure that the paneer is almost white in color. It should not have any discolorations. Buy kova which is firm and free from any unpleasant odor. These are the major points which I'm reading out. The above information you please go through as we are running short of time. So, for coming to this flesh foods, for each category, each type of selection will be there. For meat, it is different poultry, eggs, fish, and other seafoods. So they have given here for all the flesh foods. Select meat which is pinkish in color and has almost no fat. Avoid dark red color meat which has deposits of fat. Make sure that meat you buy does not have strong flavor. Any bad odor is an indication of poor quality of meat. Whenever you are going to see this kind of quality of meat, better you don't buy it only. Always buy pork from a government licensed shop only. Buying pork from an unauthorized shop is very risky. And while buying chicken, ensure that skin is soft and it tears easily. The breastbone should bend easily. If you twist the wing, it should break at the shoulder joint. Select female birds as they are more juicy and less tough. When buying country chicken, refrain from buying large birds as they are older and the meat is tougher. Select fresh fish which is bright in color, has clear unsunken eyes, red gills, stiff body, firm flesh, and the outer surface is not shiny. Press the skin of the fish with a finger. If the impression made with the finger remains, do not buy the fish as it is of poor quality. And before you buy, place the fish in fresh water. Pick those fishes that sink in water. Stale fishes you would notice float on water, so avoid them. Buy clean eggs with unbroken shell. Before buying, place the egg in water. A fresh egg will sink in water. Select such eggs. And also, if any dirt or any kind of uh, dark or something you are going to see, you are not going to buy those eggs. Those are also very poor quality. So, selecting a selection of nuts here. Ensure that color of nuts is natural and bright. Look out for unnatural spots as they are seen on inferior quality. Nuts should be free from insects, dirt, stones, foreign matter, or and parts of plant. Nuts should have natural flavor. Any off flavor or change in smell would mean these are stale. Such nuts should therefore be avoided. Avoid selecting shriveled nuts. So, food selection two, protective regulatory foods, which are again categorized for vegetables, fruits, food accessories, selection of beverages, and then grades, brands, and labels in food selection. So, here selection of green leafy vegetables. For each category, they have given beans, lady's finger, brinjal, capsicum, cauliflower, cucumbers, dondakai. You can call it as
Imigad.
gourds, different types of gourds, and bitter gourd, karela, perver, peas, radish, tomatoes, all these things, and selection of fruits. Uh, we need to select fresh fruits and vegetables which are firm, crisp, bright in color, with no visible bruises or signs of decay and wilting. Buy seasonal fruits and vegetables as the quality is high and the price is low. Select clean, leafy vegetables which are tender, crisp, and brightly colored. Ensure that leafy vegetables you buy free from flowers, insects, mud, and spots or holes in the leaves. While buying head vegetables such as cauliflower, cabbage, look out for hard, heavy, and compact heads free from bruises and worm injuries. Prefer small or medium sized vegetables which are likely to be more tender and less fibrous in texture than large and very mature ones. While buying citrus fruits such as oranges, lemons, select firm and ripe ones which are thin skinned and heavy in relation to size. And buy only as much as you need because fruits and vegetables comes under perishable foods. And accessories foods are nothing but spices and condiments which you are going to use it, herbs, all these things. Salts also, you have different varieties of salts, but you need to make sure that which type of salt you are going to use it and how to buy that one. And vinegar, tamarind, colors also, synthetic colors also, which one and how frequent you are going to use it. You need to focus on that one. Select beverages, all the beverages, tea, coffee, how to select all these things, and then how frequently you are going to use it. You have to select all those cool drinks also. And the grades, bands, labels, and food selection, as we have discussed in the above one, egg mark and ISI, that is Indian Standards of Institution. So these are the Milkmaid brand. You know about this one, right? Sunrise, instant coffee, chicory mixture, bourbon chocolate. If you are not going to talk, please mute yourself. Coming to the food storage, now we have known about the all the food selection of foods and nutrients which they are going to give, and how much content of each nutrient is present in all the food sources, and then we have budgeted that one. Now coming to that, not only the buying things but storage. So for room temperature, some foods will be stored, and refrigerator we need to store like perishable and semi perishable foods, and non perishable. All the foods will be stored at room temperature, but you need to see that frequently. It should not be mixed up with water or anything. If you are going to mix up, then spoilage will be seen. So spoilage mostly occurs with the time, temperature, moisture which is present in the food. For example, like green leafy vegetables, the moisture content is more, the water content is more. That's why it comes under perishable, and it will be, the leaves will get wither so quickly. So uh, we need to prepare or cook that food quickly. The causes of food spoilage: microorganisms, bacteria, yeast, molds, natural food enzymes, insects and rodents which are present in the home, worms which for through the transportation also it will be coming, and factors affecting food spoilage, as just now I have mentioned: temperature, moisture and dryness, air and oxygen, light, time, all these will be considered. Classification of food based on perishability, perishable, semi-perishable and non-perishable, and food storage, methods of food storage, non-perishable foods. This is the temperature for the refrigerator where you need to keep it. So under each compartment, for vegetables rack, we are going to keep it all the vegetables in that one, and green leaf vegetables for 1 or 2 days, not maximum more than that. So you need to be very careful and focus that whenever the previous foods are there, you are going to utilize first that one, and whenever you are getting the fresh foods, you will be focusing next. If nothing is there, you will focus on the fresh foods at that time only. So, coming to the food preservation and maximization of nutritional benefits, we have principles and methods of food preservation. Under this, prevention or delay of decomposition of foods by microorganisms, and then self decomposition of foods by enzymes. Home scale food preservation, maximization of nutritional benefits at low cost, measures to enhance nutritive value of foods, minimizing and preventing nutrient losses in food preparations, measures to avoid food wastage. So here, high temperature by during your cooking preparation time, you are going to use high temperature with the microwave, and then on the stove, and commercially it is different. Commercially, it has a very different. So for milk, we are going to use more temperature and less time, so that what all the microorganisms will be present, it will be killed. And the low temperatures during this freezing, like all meat, flesh foods has to be kept in the freezing temperature to avoid the microorganisms not to grow in that condition. So for those flesh foods, we are going to keep it in the low temperature, very minus degrees. We are going to utilize for different quality or variety of the flesh food. And drying, coming to the drying, all the foods like all papads or different fish, dried fish is also, we are going to dry them so that the storage capacity will be increased, the shelf life will be increased. And acids, sugars and salt in high concentration in the pickles and all tomato sauces which we are going to prepare at home or commercially, we are going to uh, uh, keep it all these things in the preparation. And smoke, air, chemicals, radiation, prevention or delay of self decomposition of foods by enzymes. Please go through with this one. And home scale food preservation, so mostly we will go for drying, pickling, sugar, jams and jellies, and then marmalade. All these preparations will be prepared with the help of sugar, and it acts like a preservative, and shelf life also will be increased. And preserving by use of chemicals, tomato sauce I have mentioned earlier, squashes, and maximization of nutritional benefits at low cost, measures to enhance nutritive value of food, sprouting, fermentation, we have discussed in the earlier classes. Food combination also we have discussed, fortification also, minimizing and preventing nutrient losses in food preservation also we have discussed. You just go through with all these things. And food adulteration, nowadays it is seen in almost all the foods. So you need to be very careful the type of quality of food which you are going to take it. As I have mentioning, labeling and grades, and you need to know which type of quality from which supermarket you are going to buy. So these are all the adulteration and simple techniques for each. Only few foods they have given. You need to mention about all these things. Consumer protection also, it is very important. Just go through all. Have completed this one. Anybody has any doubts or anything like that related to this for today's topic? Are you all there with me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I have a
Yes,
doubt.
ma'am.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. No
Yeah,
doubt.
I have a doubt, not about today's topic, but about the assignments. Can I ask you?
Ma'am, you need to talk to the regional center.
Okay, so should
Whatever
I
the
call them now?
queries related to the academics and everything,
Okay,
I'm the academic counselor. I'll be taking the sessions pertaining
only.
to this. You need to
Okay,
write down mail and forward it to the regional center. They are
okay,
going to,
okay. So they are the ones who are going to answer
yes,
all the
they will be
questions.
guiding you in that one.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you all then.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank